Hi everyone, I hope you're having an amazing day so far. My name is Dina and on my channel I talk about all things green, which includes plants, plant-based food and sustainability. And I also have my own small business where I sell sustainable macrame home decor and accessories. So I may talk about small business tips or Etsy tips as well. But in today's video, I'm going to be doing some repottings because some of my plants are not doing well because they've outgrown their pots. So we'll see how many there is. There's one that I really need to tackle, so we might just do that one for now because I usually don't like to repot in the winter time. But yeah, we will see. I'll go show you now what the plant looks like. It looks terrible. And the roots are like compacted at the bottom of the pot, so I'm just gonna loosen them up and show you how I repot. If you're not yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button down below. It really helps me out a lot. And follow me on Instagram at TikTok at EarthlingDina or Ready Set Not Co, which is my small business page. So this is the plant I am repotting now. I actually have two of these, but this is my smaller one and my first one. Yeah, she's not doing so good. She's had a rough time in the past year. She did have fungus. Like, it was bad, so I repotted it. I completely cleaned everything off. And she was actually growing really well, which I can see by the roots. But now that the roots have hit the bottom of the pot, they've been swirling around and they're just getting really compacted and they need more room to grow. So I'm gonna go check if I have any bigger pots. I don't even think I have a big enough pot to repot it in, so let's see. I already took it out. Yeah, it's really not doing well. It's very dry, but has fungus at the bottom again, it looks like. And the roots, you can see here, are super compacted and they're very dried out. So let's see what we can do about this. I'm not sure if I even have to upsize the pot, but I probably should. So I'm gonna go see if I have a bigger pot. If I don't, I might have to go buy one. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm back and I do not have any bigger pots. So I have this one. It's like a tiny bit bigger. It's not good enough, but I don't have a car and I don't feel like, you know, going on a search right now to get a bigger pot. I should have done that. But I think what I'm gonna do is loosen the roots a lot and tear off all these dead leaves and maybe section the plant so that it will fit in my pot. But let's see how that will look. So I'm gonna bring you closer to see the roots and what they look like and see what's going on with my plant, and we'll try to fix it. I'm glad I have another one because if this one dies, I still have a prettier, bigger one. But I actually really want to save it because I like this plant a lot. Ow. Okay, so here we are. Here's the plant. And now I don't have, I really need to get myself like a potting mat. I don't have one. If you have any recommendations or you make them yourself, definitely let me know. I really need to get one because I make a huge mess when I repot my plants. And then I have to, it's just more work to clean it up if you don't have a potting mat. Okay, so I'm just gonna take out this plant now and show you what it looks like. Ta-da! Not so good. Let me go close. So you can see here the roots are really forming around the bottom, and this plant is very dry. I let it dry out too much. I think that's what the biggest issue is. But it also has, it looks like fungus. So I'm gonna just really separate the soil and probably replace the soil. I have not replaced the soil yet since I got this plant like a year or two ago. I think it was a year ago. And I'm gonna put it in my chunky soil mix. So I think what I'm gonna do is, I just have this pot here. So I'm gonna empty the soil in this one. Like this. I'm just gonna scrunch it. If you wanna make the process a bit easier, I think you can wet the plant. The soil, it might help a little bit, but yeah, a lot of these roots are very dry. I'm a little bit scared that they're dead. but they still seem to have some life in them, so we'll give it a try and see. Yeah, see, the problem with this is like there's lots of roots, but I had the soil way too high, I think, on the stems, because there's no roots here, but the soil was there. So I think repotting it in the same pot should be fine for me for now. I might repot it again in the summertime if I have to, if it survives till then. Sometimes when I repot in the winter, I forget to take care of the plant after, because honestly, sometimes I just get sad in the winter and I do not feel like doing plant care. And wintertime is not the best time to repot if you're living in a colder climate, and that kind of comes into your house too. I try to run a humidifier and keep my grow lights on, but I sometimes, again, I'm lazy sometimes. It's okay to be a bad plant parent sometime. To focus on yourself. Okay, so there, now I have the roots pretty much clean. This looks pretty good to me. And I think a lot of the roots came off in the soil. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, so part 2, I'm gonna take some sanitized scissors. Oh, I got soil all over my shirt. And I'm gonna just cut away the leaves that are yellow or dead, and both. Okay, so these, I just washed these. Let me show you like this. I'll come around to the side here like this and just start chopping and tearing away these dead leaves. I kind of saw this plant dying and I looked at it and I just thought, like, I really don't feel like doing this right now. But today was the day to do it, so that's why you see so many dead leaves. I saw them coming and I just was like, nope, can't do it, can't do it. You ever feel that way about plant care? Because sometimes I do. Depends on the plant. This plant, like, I didn't care that much about, but when I saw one of my more expensive plants not doing so well, yeah, I jumped on that right away. And it's doing great now. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of tear away this dried up part. Try to like freshen up the plant again. This plant is so beautiful. I didn't even mention the name. This is an aglaonema. If you saw my first video, I talked about aglaonema as a great beginner plant and other great beginner plants as well. But yeah, so this one is my other aglaonema, and it's actually the same one. It's also an aglaonema silver bay, and it's beautiful, but sad because I suck sometimes, and that's okay, just not all the time, because I do want to have some plants in the end. Hi Diesel! My dog's walking around. He's like, what are you even doing? Take me for a walk. But you were just outside. You were just outside. Oh, he looked at me when I said outside. Poor boy. I'll take him out after this again, because we gotta take out all of this to the compost. Definitely compost your stuff if you can, because it shouldn't go in the trash, because it can be composted. It's biodegradable. So that's that. I think I'm gonna rinse it underwater just to get off all the dirt and dust, and yeah, I'm gonna clean this up quick and I will be right back. Let me just show you the roots actually quick. Can you see them? They're not focusing. So there are the roots. They're actually doing okay. They're very dry though. I definitely needed to water a bit more. But yeah, I'm gonna just wash this down quick and I will come back with my chunky soil mix. Okay, so I have my chunky soil mix here. I just use a mix of tropical plant soil. I also put in orchid bark and perlite white, and I have some leca in here as well, and a little bit of sphagnum moss, but I think I'm gonna just put that to the side. I don't think I'm gonna use that. So what I'm gonna do, if you wanna see how I make this, I do have a video on my Instagram, but I can definitely make it again as a video here on YouTube. So I'm just gonna put this to the side. I'm gonna see, will this fit in here? It doesn't really look great, but I feel like the plant kind of comes down, so they might not be able to see that part of this does not actually fit. Or what about this one? I'm trying to figure out which pot to put it in. This one looks really gross though. I kind of want to paint it white because I like the design on it. Yeah. And it fits better in this one. This one's from IKEA, I think. It's just a cute little pot. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of scoop out some leca and just put it at the bottom to fill the holes. I just like to have a little more chunkiness on the bottom, just so it doesn't leak. Yeah. Perfect. Like that. And then just gonna scoop out some soil, put some soil in there, and now I'm gonna put my plant in. Okay, so here she is. She's not looking the greatest, but I think once the roots take to the soil again, she'll be fine. So I actually think I'm gonna get a smaller scooper. Oh shoot. Just start scooping some soil in there. You want to like cover the roots, so I'm just going around all the sides and filling it up. Oh my goodness, it's so dusty. I recommend doing this outside or wetting your soil first a bit. All right, I think we're good. Let me just move this quick. Okay, so now I'm just gonna run this underwater in my sink a little bit, just to water it. Yeah, looks fine. Okay, I'm just gonna water it quick here. I don't usually fertilize right after I repot. I usually wait a couple weeks. I'm not sure what's actually recommended, but I never fertilize right away. I don't know if you're supposed to. I love how chunky the soil mix is. I don't know if you can see how well it's draining. So good. Okay. So it doesn't actually look good in this pot, so what am I gonna do? I don't have a good pot to put her in. That looks even worse. Okay, let me go find a better pot and clean up here quick. Okay, so now I have this guy all potted up, but I need to find a proper decorative pot to put it in. So if you're repotting your plants, I always recommend potting in a nursery pot, especially if you're just beginning, or getting a pot that at least has drainage holes and maybe a tray underneath so that you don't overwater. I know overwatering is something that a lot of beginner plant parents do. I know I did it, and sometimes I still do it, honestly. So that's why just using a nursery pot is much more convenient, and I think it's a lot easier to repot when you're using a nursery pot. Or if you want to change out the pot style, you can always just plop it in another decorative pot. So it doesn't fit in any of these, which I'm sad. I love this pot so much. Oh, it matches even my outfit. But I might have to get a new plant to put in this pot because I had my begonia in it and it died this winter, so I don't want to talk about it. So I have this pot here. I thrifted this actually. I'm very happy. I got two of them. that look like this, but I think it's a little bit too big and I want it to be sitting more like this instead of like way below. So I'm gonna see if I can find something maybe in my recycling that I can cut and try to get something like so that it holds up. Or even, I have this little pot here. I just washed it because my cat knocked it over and it cracked. And I haven't found a plant to use it with yet. I glued it back together, but kind of looks like shit. So maybe if I just put that inside, put my plant on top. Ta-da! Does it look bad? Let me see if I have something better. I save the lids of peanut butter jars so that I can put them underneath my plants, like as a tray, like inside. Because sometimes I have decorative pots that have drainage holes too, and I don't always like to move my plants when I'm watering, so I'll just often put stuff at the bottom. There we go. Let's see if that'll fit better. I think I like that more. Yeah, that way I can reuse this pot somehow. I might just repaint it or try to DIY it or something. But yeah, there she is. She's already looking a bit refreshed, but you can tell like the leaves are drooping a lot. Yeah, I ended up just repotting this guy today. The other ones didn't need it that much, and like I said, I don't like to repot in winter if I don't have to. This one was just dying, like actually dying, so I tried repotting to save it. I feel like it's gonna make a comeback, but definitely follow me on Instagram at earthlingdina if you want to see that, because I'm probably gonna put an update there instead of waiting to film an extra part for this video, because it might take a little while. But yeah, see, she doesn't look the greatest, but I love this plant's design and I'm really hoping she makes a comeback. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching today's video. Let me know in the comments which plants you need to repot or which plants you recently did. I would love to hear about it. If you ever have any questions or want to talk about plants, again, definitely follow me on Instagram where I'm the most active. I will see you in the next video.